Now in this lecture, continued from the last lecture, we'll learn how to create database table from the front end. Okay, how to create it. Once a database connection is established, as we have learned in the previous section, we are ready to create tables or records into the database tables using execute method or of the created cursor. Here we'll do all programming by using the cursor. How to do this? This is a very simple program. How to create a database. I'm not talking about tables. Here we are going to create database. First of all, we'll import MySQL DB, and then we'll write db mysql db.connect localhost test user test123 and testdb. This is the same statement that we have used earlier also for connecting to the database. And then we'll create cursor object relating to this db connection that we have established. And then we'll execute the command cursor.execute drop table if exists employee. Here we are going to drop the table if it already exists, because we are going to create a fresh database. If such table exists in that database, then we are going to drop it. And then what is the actual table that we're going to use is SQL is equal to create table employee, first name char 20, not null, last name char 20, age int, then sex character 1 and income float. And then we'll close this. This is the same statement that we use for creating a table of a database. In the previous section, we have already created database, and in that database, we are creating table into that database. Database is testdb. Here we are creating a table inside it, and its name is employee. Create table employee with first name, last name, age, gender, and income. These are the attributes of that table. After that, we'll pass the query cursor.execute SQL and then db.close. And by executing, when this statement will execute, it will run this query, and you can check in the SQL also, this table will be created. And after that, we'll close the table. This is how to create a table in the database by programming. Okay, it's very simple. Next is how to insert data into that table. Insert operation. So for that, we need to write the insert command. First of all, we'll import MySQL DB. Here we are going to use insert command for inserting a record into the employee table. Then we'll make a connection with this statement. Then cursor is equal to db.cursor and SQL is equal to, here we'll pass the query for inserting the value in the table. Insert into employee, first name, last name, age, sex, income, values. These are the respective values for this table. And then we'll execute the SQL. Here you should note that we have written the execute command in the try block. And obviously there will be except block for it. We are going to handle exception handling over here, because in case this query will not work, it will give you a proper message or give you proper exception for that case. Cursor.execute SQL, it will execute this query, and after that it will be committed, db.commit. Commit means the record will be permanently saved in the database. And in case this query doesn't work, then the control will go to the except block and db.rollback will occur. That means no changes will be made to the database and it will go to its previous state. Rollback means it will go to its previous state, and commit means records are permanently saved on the database. Fine. And in the end, we'll close the database again. So this is a simple command for writing or inserting data into the database by using insert command, and by using connect statement, we'll connect with the database with this username and password. And this is the database name, and this is the main folder where your complete web application is stored. Okay, so this is how to insert values into the table by using or by establishing connection. Next is how to write the data dynamically into the database. Again, we'll import SQL DB, then create connect connection, and then create cursor. Cursor is equal to db.cursor. And the SQL command for insert will be written like this. Insert into employee. These are the field names, values, %s, %s, %d, this, and then we'll pass the values. And in the try block, we'll execute it. This is almost the same, but this is somewhat larger than the previous one. Here we have used these format specifiers. You can skip them also and use the previous method as well, and it will work same. Next is read operation. What is read operation? Read operation on any database means to fetch some useful information from the database. How to perform read operation means select operation. For this, we use these commands. Once a database connection is established, you are ready to make a query into this database. You can use either fetch one method to fetch single record or fetch all method to fetch multiple records of a database table. It is clear from the name, fetch one, it will fetch only one record from the database, where fetch or receives all the records from the database. And row count will show you the constant value, how many rows or records are fetched or retrieved. It fetches the next row of a query result set. A result set is an object is returned when a cursor object is used to query a table. Fetch all, it fetches all the rows in the result set. If some rows have already been extracted from the result set, then it retrieves the rest of the or remaining rows from the result set. And the last one is row count. This is a read only attribute and returns the number of rows that were affected by an execute method. I have already told you, this will tell you how many records have been received. Okay, so these are the three methods, actually two methods. Third one is by default, it returns you how many rows have been received. Now, the following procedure queries all records from the employee table having salary more than 1000. This is equivalent to select command. Import MySQL DB. Then we'll create a connection. DB is equal to MySQL.connect by using this statement, where this is username, this is password, and this is the database name, and this is the directory where your record has been saved. All the web application pages have been saved. And then we'll create a cursor by using this statement. And after that, we'll run the SQL select command, which is SQL is equal to select star from employee where income is greater than 1000, because we have to fetch all the employees whose salary is more than 1000. So we'll fetch their record. Then in the try block, we'll execute the cursor. Cursor.execute SQL results is equal to cursor.fetch all. That means all the values will be fetched from the database. We are not going to fetch a single record. Here we will fetch all the values from the database. For row in results, so all the data has been fetched into this result as a complete set of record, and then we'll fetch it one by one. For row in results, fname row 0, then second column, lname row 1, age row 2, sex row 3, income row 4. So since there are 5 columns, then all this will be retrieved in this way. This is indexing of the list, or you can say that this is a sequence or list. We can get the data by putting these indexes one by one column. And after that, we'll print it on our system by using this command. Fname is equal to %s, comma, lname %s, age, sex, income, etc. Where data has been inserted into these variables, and we can fetch them and print the result. And in the except block, error unable to fetch data has been written. In case this query doesn't work, then this statement will be printed. And in the end, we'll close the database. Hopefully it will work correctly and this result will be displayed. Okay, this is how we can fetch data from the database by using the select command. and fetching the data row by row by using this method. Next is update operation. What is update operation? Update means to update certain fields in the database. How to do this? Update, there is update command in the database. Update operation on any database means to update one or more records which are already available in the database. The following procedure updates all the records having gender as M. Here we increase age of all the males by 1 year. So what this query will do, where the gender will be M, the age will be increased by 1 year. And how to do this? Let's see through program. First of all, we'll import MySQL DB. Then we'll write this connect statement as we have done in previous programs. Then we'll create the cursor, and then SQL query will be written as, this is the main statement, update employee set age is equal to age plus 1. That means age is increased by 1 year, where sex is equal to %C M, where gender is M, their age will be increased by 1. Okay, and in the try block we'll write cursor.execute SQL and then db.commit. And in case the SQL doesn't execute properly, then this except statement will work, where all the changes will be rolled back, and at the end we'll close the database. So this is very simple. You can go through it and you can update the records by using these statements. Next one is delete operation. Delete means if I want to delete certain row or more rows from the database, then I'll use the command delete. And how to do this? Here we are going to delete all the rows where employee age is more than 20. So we must have certain query or certain clause by which we are going to delete the records. If I write delete from employee, then it will delete all the records from employee table. But if I want to delete certain records, then I will pass some clause over there, such as delete from employee where age is greater than 20. Okay. So first of all, we'll import MySQL DB. Then we'll connect with the database by using this statement. Then create a cursor, and SQL command is delete from employee where age is greater than 20. Okay. Then all the records will be deleted where age of the student or age of the employee will be more than 20. And in the try block, we write cursor.execute SQL db.commit. And in the except block, we'll write db.rollback. And in the end, we'll close the database again. Okay. So this is how we can run delete query in Python programming.